I'm glad I had an easier time coming into camp. Feels like everything health related's falling apart on me at once. I started peeing a little blood last night. That old chestnut's back. Hopefully the rest will stop that and it won't be a problem today, because I still have a ways to go before town. I had a toenail that appeared to be having a fungal infection, probably from an athlete's foot or something, I don't know, all this water. And that fell off last night too, so that's fun. And my left big toe, I don't know if I'd mentioned, but the podiatrist says I have a issue where my big toes don't bend back properly, so they get super calloused because they don't bend back as far as they should normally. And that's one of the reasons why I'm more prone to turf toe. And so what happens is I get pain in my big toes when I go across too much snow or sand or lots of rocks, and it hurts in the joints. Apparently I'm developing arthritis there too because of it, so that's fun. But because the left one appears to be worse than the right, it's actually, this walking has worn off the callus down to, well, where it's bleeding. So I wrapped it with tape, and hopefully the tape will absorb some of the wear instead of just continuing to dig down into my toe, which is not feeling good. So left foot's a little messed up right now, but of course it has the neuroma still too, so at least the toe where the toenail came off is the numbest one from the neuroma. So hey, when you've got one ailment helping the other ailment out, pretty cool, huh? But I'm gonna try to make it to Mammoth in about 2.5 days is my goal, because I don't want to push too hard, and I still have 2 passes to go over. From what I hear, they're not as bad as the prior ones that I've gone through, which have been hellacious, especially Pincho. But to get there, I think I need some rest, especially after all this stuff. So hopefully things stabilize, because I'm feeling pretty beat up right now. But it's downhill for a ways. I've got, I think, 3.5 miles of downhill, which is a nice way to warm up in the morning before I start the uphill toward Selden Pass and knock another pass out. Selden Pass has been my favorite pass of all of them. It had trees all the way up, critters, wildlife, ducks, fish, little squirrels on the way down, so it has what I like in a pass. Plus, it wasn't grueling like Pinchot Pass, where it was just pain going all the way up. So this is the spot I've elected to have lunch, is to find a nice tree and hang out here and have lunch before heading down the trail. I am tired today though. I'm glad that it wasn't the worst pass. And now I have to cross Bear Creek. Apparently this one's a more challenging crossing as it's faster and a little bit deeper. It doesn't look too bad here, but there may be another spot. I'll take a look. This looks a little better, so I will try it here. This is the view from my campsite tonight. Not too bad. Today's pass is Silver Pass. This should be the final pass before heading into Mammoth Lakes, which I'm really looking forward to. I need to rest these feet. Should reach Mammoth Lakes by midday tomorrow, or at least Red's Meadow, which has a shuttle to Mammoth Lakes. So excited for that. I had to get some food other than trail food. I don't mind the trail food, but it gets old after a while. About probably 9 miles away from the pass right now. Hopefully it's not too bad a pass. Selden I liked. I hope I like Silver just as much. I like that at least I'm in a forest now. So as I go north in the Sierras, I'm tending to like it better. More trees, more animals. Kings is pretty for a bit, but all those rocks, they just don't do it for me. This trail actually is dirt in a forest. How novel. I'm finally at the junction for Red's Meadow, and I'm excited to get there. I don't know when the shuttles get to go to Mammoth, but if I have to wait a bit, maybe I can get breakfast at Red's Meadow. I think they have food there. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Be good to relax my legs finally too. Ugh. I had exceptionally good timing coming up to Red's Meadow. I ran in the store and got some change, but the shuttle pulled up just as I was walking up to Red's Meadow. It passed me by, so I was able to get the change and get a ride on the shuttle down to Mammoth Mountain, the ski resort. Apparently the shuttle goes there, and then you have to catch another shuttle into Mammoth Lakes. But there was a guy who was dropping off a package for his hike at Red's Meadow, and he offered to give me and some others a ride down into the town of Mammoth Lakes, which was really nice, and ended up dropping me off and one other guy off at the post office, which worked out just fine because got to go pick up my package that Chrissy mailed me, and turned out that there was a motel right next to the post office, and that seemed to be about the best deal I could get in town, so I went there, and I've had a good night's sleep and some food and done that sort of thing. So today is a kind of relaxation / chores day. I still have to go pick up some food for my next leg of the journey, but feeling a little more recharged, but my legs are still tired and sore, so I'm hoping and today will relax them some. So when I go back out there, I'm not feeling so tired. And here's the package I get to pick up. Chrissy's showing off her mad skills again. Here's a mountain deer, a deer composed of mountains and nice font, but what I really like are the little prairie dogs down here, kind of hanging out with the deer. So I picture this one as the Leo prairie dog, and that one the Owen. But very cute. I always love seeing the packages. She puts such a great effort into them, and they always put a smile on my face. It's time to bid adieu to my first shirt here on the trail. It's lasted me over 1,200 miles, but the sun and elements and everything have gotten to it. So time to switch to the replacement. You should take me through the rest of the trail. I'm as rested and rejuvenated as I'm going to get, and I'm waiting for the trolley to come pick me up. It sure is nice to have a bus system that will take you back to the trail. That's really convenient. Got dropped off at Red's Meadow, back on the PCT. Got 1.5 miles till there's the side trail to Devil's Post Pile, and it's a short little side trip, so I'm gonna make it and check them out and see what they look like. They look pretty cool from the pictures I've seen, so I think it's a worthwhile small side trip before I continue on. I'm on a 14-mile JMT PCT split. It's split about a mile back, and so for the next 13 miles it's PCT only, and the JMT cruises off west of here. I'm thinking that'll mean I'll see a lot less traffic on this little segment, which might be kind of nice. And then meet up again up until Tuolumne Meadows when the JMT cruises off into Yosemite Valley, I think. But kind of cool to just be on the PCT again. Normally I would have seen a few people by now, but I have not. It's pretty in here, and dirt trail. Even though it's uphill, I don't mind. I can hike through this. I dropped one more piece of gear when I was in Mammoth Lakes. I'm taking a gamble and I mailed out my microspikes. I know there's going to be some snow up ahead, but based on what I've seen and looking at the PCT Water Report's snow report and some of the comments in Gut Hook, it seems like the snow will be manageable without microspikes. I can always take it carefully if I need to, or move around it, but what I've done thus far, I didn't need microspikes, so that takes off almost a pound of weight, which is huge when you're already carrying enough weight. So taking a gamble, but most of my miles are going to be without snow, so I think it'll work out.
Hello.
It is chilly out this morning. I am hiking with my gloves on until my fingers warm up or the ambient temperature warms up, so I can switch to sun gloves, but kind of chilly. It was super windy when I got to camp last night, and I thought I was going to have a really windy night all night, and cold too, but somewhere around 8 o'clock it just stopped blowing wind. It was just a gentle breeze, but the huge winds that were coming through, it just stopped. So that works too. Whew. I have 2 passes to go over today. I don't think either one of them are going to be anything on the caliber of the stuff that I was dealing with in Kings Canyon, thankfully. And the goal today is to make it to Tuolumne Meadows. There's a campground there, and I'll make my camp there, assuming I can get a spot. And then tomorrow, my friend Brooke is going to come up to Tuolumne Meadows, and we're going to hang out for a bit. Probably go over to Lee Vining and check that out, and Mono Lake, just to see it, an interesting little side trip for fun. Can't just be all hiking every day, but I'm looking forward to that. So good incentive to keep moving down the trail and get there. There's a grill at Tuolumne Meadows too, I guess, so I might even be able to get something hot to eat tonight. I may have brought too much food with all these little side trips I'm getting to take. But for right now, I think I better try to get my hands warm. It's still fairly chilly and there's a slight breeze blowing in, and I am not yet warm. The JMT and the PCT are now rejoined, so we get to go over the next two passes together, and we'll part our ways into Tuolumne Meadow, and that'll be the last of the JMT I get to do. But it also marks starting to close out the Sierras, which I think I'm ready for. But I'm enjoying this hiking a lot more than I did some of that Kings Canyon stuff. Ooh, that kicked my butt. So this is Island Pass. If my GPS hadn't told me, I would have thought it was just another little flat place I was going through. This is by far the easiest pass I've done, bar none. Not that I'm complaining. Well, I guess that's good because I got another one to do today, and can't be this easy. Donahue Pass wasn't too bad, and I actually got to see a marmot at the top, which is good. Now I get to go down into this nice green valley, which will be, I don't know when I enter Yosemite, but it has to be some point soon, I think. I may be in it now, but I don't know where the border is between Ansel Adams and Yosemite. I'm sure a sign will tell me. I'm only about 0.3 miles from Highway 120, and I'm gonna get off there and go down and see about what's at the general store. The grill still may be open, so if so, I might get something to eat. But I'm thinking a Gatorade sounds good. I'm sure they've got one of those. But harder trail today than I thought it was going to be. The really rocky ones always tear me up. They tear up my feet, which aren't the best feet in the first place. So certain trail causes them to hurt, and in this case go numb, even more numb. But almost the spot where I can stop, and I'm going to check out there's a campground around here I guess I can stay at, so hopefully there's a open spot and I can stay there tonight. this was nuts. It was super busy, but I got in just under the wire and got a chicken sandwich and some potato wedges and a soda. So that was pretty good. I thought about getting something at the store too, but the line was around the corner. So they're open till 8. So I can always come back. Besides, I want to go and see if there's a possibility of me getting a spot at this camper's or backpackers camper, or if it's full.